Not all heroes wear capes. It's the best day of the week. It's Friday night where your weekend starts. It doesn't get better than this, does it? For Season 12, Round 16 of Brazil, it's your host as always, the SLR F2 Season 7 champion, SLR, the incredible stick, Corey!
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Summit League Racing Division 2, Season 12. We are here for the third to last round of the season, round 16, as my co-commentator said. It is Brazil, the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. We are around the iconic circuit Interlagos Autodromo Carlos Pache. And joining me, as always, it's the Season 5 Division 1 champion, SLR Southerner.
Hello everyone. Oh, I love this track. So many great memories here. Of course, we've seen many championships decided here. Of course, in this division in Season 4, we saw UK Beast Assassin, funny enough, win the championship, where he managed to get it ahead of Sotia Clock because of retirement from the Swede. And the season after, of course, how can you forget? I certainly can't. I won the championship in the second to last race. Managed him to hold off Sotia Clock once again, and the legend that is SLR McEwen. Will we see the championship decided here once again today, and once again by UK Beast Assassin?
Well, it's a very big stretch for Beast tonight. Going into tonight, he is... how many points ahead is that? That is 26 points ahead. 28 points ahead, sorry. Going into tonight. He needs to be 52 ahead going into the next round. He has to win the race tonight if he wants to win the title. He needs to outscore Pricey by 24 points if he wants to win the title tonight. Big ass, Matt, but not impossible.
No, it's not. And if this division's got anything to go by at all this season, expect the unexpected. We'll see. In Japan, you only had one of the top four in the championship score points, and that being Pricey with a highest finish of 7th. And then last week, you had drama, you had Hayes, you had Darnell just being caught up in incidents which effectively have ruined their championship chances. You had Pricey lag out of the session, still able to finish 7th place with 6 points. And you had UK Beast Assassin somehow evading the chaos in front of him to take home another podium and a giant step towards his second SLR World Championship. Anything can happen in this division.
Yes, it can. Touching up again on last week, as you mentioned, Beast taking that crucial podium. And it all happened on the final lap, Matt, with, as you mentioned, SLR Darnell having contact and what looked on for a certain podium, or what could have been a race win potentially as he was fighting with Scar Borger, turned to 0 points it was in the end, P11. And, of course, you mentioned he's going to be missing Qatar. Very much a championship over and done with now, do you think?
Yeah, I think you can rule Darnell out now. I think it's actually done him a favour as well, because obviously he was always going to watch Saints play next Friday, and he was kind of like, there's a championship though. But it kind of done him a favour last week. Of course, he would have loved to have won the championship, but it's made me feel a bit better about next Friday. But Scar Borger famously said last week, what's going to be famously now, I'll make it famous. It's, to win this championship, it's not going to be down to consistency. It's going to be down to you can position your car in a position where you're going to be staying away from trouble. And at the moment, it's UK Beast Assassin who's been the best of that this season.
Yes, he has. Him and his team Mercedes are looking pretty dominant so far this season. UK Beast Assassin currently with 3 victories to his name, the most of anyone, coming in Portugal, Austria and Silverstone. Has got the most podiums with 7 in total, so it's looking like a season of... top of the boards for UK Beast Assassin, but it could easily slip away from him again. You never know what's going to happen. Mercedes as well, as I mentioned, looking pretty good this season. They're currently 20 points ahead of Red Bull Racing. They can't win the Constructors' title this evening. They can do next week though at Qatar, but we're going to be sticking on to tonight and the permutations for that. Scott Mills, speaking of the Mercedes, have just gone on to provisional pole, I believe, on his SLR debut. He has done a 1 minute 8.511.
Yeah, Scott Mills made his debut, of course. Yeah, he's come from Radio 2, so welcome, Scott Mills. Maybe you're enjoying listening to this if you've tuned in. Radio 2 is great. We've got Scar Borg on the intermediate task, and I can imagine that's to test out to make sure his pad or his wheel, whatever he's driving, is working.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a bit dark over into Lyra, but it's not looking... Oh, it's looking very shaky for Pricey. Coming through the hairpin, he's all over the curve and all over the grass. Somehow didn't end up in the barriers. He needs to do all he can tonight to make sure he stays within this championship fight going into next week. Going through the middle set to 51.8. It says it's purple. I highly doubt that. with the about 600 snaps he's just had through the middle sector. But we'll stay on board with the Haas driver. Of course, they're looking to claim the Constructors' Championships in the Joint Constructors' Championship in the next couple of weekends. Across the line, still goes P2, only half a tenth off Scott Mills.
We're going to have a very tight qualifying today, and I mean really tight. We've had it all season long, and this is one of the races where the... what's happened there?
Surprised he's been out the centre SS. He's just missed the barriers, but he's smashed the advertising board. Sorry.
I've just seen it on radio. He's done good to actually not get damaged there. As UKB's Assassin has gone fast in 1 minute 8.4. I'm sure we're going to see it come down. But Corey, will we go into the 1 minute 7?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'm going to say yes. I think pole's going to be a 1 minute 7.9 tonight. Yourself?
I think, yeah, 1.7.9 as well. And I think if we are going to see it, it's going to be from Mr. Scarborger, who seems to be incredibly on form in qualifying at the moment, and seems to be the only driver this season. So when he does get pole, it tends to be about over a tenth and a half ahead.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we've seen so far this season's qualifying laps, as you mentioned, have been out of this world. F1AB QWERTY has just gone as P2, half a tenth off UK Beast Assassin. But yeah, Scarborger 3 poles on the board this season, second just behind SLR Darnell on 4. I mean, took pole in Belgium, Japan and USA. The one last week was absolutely phenomenal. Led the session from start to finish, and well, statistics will say it's a lights to flag win. That doesn't tell the whole story, but he is in very, very good form. Of course, reigning champion has managed to, with a few permutations, no, not permutations, but a few technicalities, shall I say, as SLR Darnell's gone as provisional pole. He's a bit out. Well, he's out the title fight, I believe, but I think do you think he'll be coming back next season? This personal opinion.
Who are we talking about, Darnell or
Scarborger?
Oh, if Scar's in the division next season, if he carries on over the form as he's carrying at the moment, then yeah, absolutely, you definitely can't rule him out for a championship. But of course, it's going into a new game. There's rumours of new handling, so it might completely change the order as we have seen in Formula 2. Everything's thrown up in the air. I just want to go back into what we could expect in qualifying today. It's going to be incredibly tight. I think we're going to see a few surprises, whether that be some of the guys at the top qualifying low down, because just a snap of oversteer could cost you about 2 tenths, and 2 tenths on this grid at this track could be difference of about 8 places. We could even see an interesting shock. They may be one of the guys you didn't expect to see at the top often, qualifying high at the top.
Apparently, it's SLR Darnell on provisional pole at the moment. Hasn't been on pole since back in round 12 in Monza, which feels like an absolute age ago now. Currently just over 2 tenths clear. It's an Aston Martin front row lockout at the moment, as Martin Rundle's gone up to the front row. As soon as I say that, Nax only 18 1,000ths of a second off, and Scarborger goes to 10th clear into the 1 minute 7.9s then.
And that's his first attempt as well, so we're right of our predictions of getting into the 1.7.9, but if that's his first proper run, then he's going to be better than that, surely.
Definitely. Track evolution as well will definitely pay a factor coming towards the end of the session. Just under the 10-minute mark now. Currently on board with, which guy? Oh, never mind, he's invalidated.
That guy! Hey!
Of course, we got to talk to him last week for the first time. We missed him, unfortunately, in Canada, and that was an amazing moment last week.
Oh, they say never meet your heroes, but that was brilliant. That was beautiful. That I got all like shaky and emotional.
Oh,
no! We also had a bit of a sneak peek of the merch, didn't we, Corey?
Oh, I forgot about that.
I don't think it's gonna make it. I don't think it's gonna make it into shops though.
Yeah, for some reason they said it would be family friendly. I was like, I don't know where you get that idea from.
Did it have the full picture, or was it cut out?
It was cut out.
Ah, okay.
It was cut out, but they said it would not be appropriate. I was like, what do you mean by that? Like, they refused to elaborate, but
yeah. World's gone soft.
Yeah, literally. So,
unlike something on that picture. Hey!
Oh. Right, children, we are. Anyway, Golden Egg Fryer's on a lap at the moment, about to finish his lap actually. Goes up to P4. Hello, Golden Egg Fryer. Into the top 4 he goes, just under 3 tenths off Scarborger.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned earlier, you might get a few shocks. You might get a few not so great qualifiers, have that good lap, and find themselves up towards the top. And at the moment, your man is Golden Egg Fry of a 1.8.2. I'm currently, I know you've got a few drivers probably, oh, you're going to set a few quick lap times. So I was on board with that guy who was looking good through Sector 1. And suddenly, the corners that followed, you'd think he was driving the Ferrari from 2014. Just understeer, oversteer, you name it. He just could not keep it in a straight line. So that's that lap done.
Coming on board with Pricey, he's just starting the lap going through the sector split, and it's just a little under a tenth down as we go through Desida de Largo in the middle sector, and a very tight technical section it is, this sector. It's kind of, what do you want to sacrifice? Straight line speed or as it's time for the ERS?
Right, this is, you know, okay, let's go on board with Owen Howe.
Oh no.
Because he's run out of fuel and he's struggling to get up the hill.
Oh my god.
I've just been informed by Ted Kravitz.
Where's he going? Where's he going?
Oh,
where's he going?
where's he going? Oh my god, what's going on there? Oh, at least it's not on stream, so nobody can report him for crossing the pit entry line. Well, that's a fucking yikes, isn't he? That is a big yikes.
I mean, he also did cut the track on the formation lap in F2 around Cota, so just saying.
In this week's potential edition of ways Owen can fuck himself over for this round, we've seen it already.
Poor Owen. Going on board now with the championship leader, UK Beast Assassin. He goes through Desida de Largo, turn 4 and turn 5. A little bit of a straight now as the McLaren gets out of the way. That won't be SLR Liam this evening. He's having the time of his life in Belgium. It's DVT Pool replacing him this evening. Still with SLR Moley alongside him, of course. UK Beast Assassin going through the hairpin now. We saw Price have a huge moment through here earlier on, going through the infamous Albon corner, where, yeah, I think it says it all.
What's his...
It's huge snap again from Beast.
Dude, I just looking at Adrian. I just went on board with Adrian. He was just facing the wall. He was just facing the wall.
Oh.
It looked like he parked it, but clearly he's had a spin and he's just ended up like that. But Adrian has yet to set really competitive lap time. And then you've got DBT Poo. Poo? DBT Poo. He hasn't set a lap time yet.
Fucking hell. Anyway, apologies for me being immature. Beast has gone into 4th place. A little under a tenth and a half off Scarborga, who's validated on this lap, so he'll probably be going again. How's Scott Mills getting on through the middle sector? He's on their lap at the moment. Codzilla is invalidated. Have we got anyone else finishing the lap? I think Harv. No, never mind. Scrap that. That guy going through the middle sector now as he goes through what is technically the final corner of Jungsao, and all the way up the hill we go with the Alpha Tower sitting in 18th respectively, very much up on his lap time, which is good to see. 5 minutes left to go in the session. DRS to the line for that guy. Where's he going to put that Alpha Tower? Up to P5 he goes. I
think nobody is on a lap, so I think we need to honour a proposal that was suggested just a few days ago.
What was that?
Which is, I mean, you can't forget. Actually, I don't know what his punishment was, but there's Fontaine.
Oh God!
Brutally murdered Golden Egg Shagger.
Oh, I remember.
In the race last week. I mean, I don't know what the was that a 5-second penalty? Was that it?
Yeah, and the reason was Des carries too much speed and spins Golden Egg Fryer.
What about the retirement though? What about when he had fucking body checked him into the barrier?
Sorry, I'm being very blind. Let me read this one. So part 1 was given NFA. So there was 3 parts. First part got 5 seconds, 2 license points. The second part got NFA, and the last part, which we saw the crash, race ban plus 5 license points.
Wow.
SL Donner was on a great lap there, and I've just seen him pulling into the pit lane. I think he had a purple middle sector, but backed out. And the reason was, this was a very unprofessional, unsportsmanlike act from Des to deliberately crash Golden Egg Fry out of the race, and such a large penalty has been applied.
Should we meet halfway and do a 30 second silence?
Yeah, go on then.
Right, that's 30 seconds.
Yeah, fair enough. Thanks for that. Oh, well, all respect to Gold Egg Fryer. We apologise on you being brutally murdered, even though he's racing right now.
Yeah, it's the second coming of Golden Egg Fryer.
Baggy's just put streams better when you're silent. Thoughts?
I'm worse at badminton when I'm playing nobody than playing Baggy.
Ouch. Harsh. 36. That's finishes lap. Goes to the final corner. Well, we run up to the line. He goes. You're going to put that Alpha Tower. He goes into the top 3. A little under a tenth away from Scarborough. That's more than likely to be his last lap time of the session, as we've only got 2 minutes left. This qualifying session has absolutely flew by.
Yeah, plenty of laps have been put in also. Interesting to see what drivers have still got laps in them. I believe Kislesko, unless he's recharging for another lap, which he is going to do one more attempt. You've still got a few quick drivers in the pit, Scarborough, Darnell and UKB's Assassin. Hope they do not leave it too late, which might build up the pressure. They've still got a minute and a half, and it's a short track, so it should not be a problem. Who have we got anyone on the lap? We've got a McLaren coming up to the line in DPT Pool. His first lap of the day. You only need one lap to get pole position. Is this one going to be pole position? DPT Pool, what have you got at your disposal? It is a quicker 1:8.3. Not bad for just one attempt. Unfortunately, 3 tenths off pole position.
Great lap from Nax there. Goes on to the front row. Had a very good final set. Got a bit of a tow as well from the car ahead. I'm not quite sure who that was. What about Scott Mills? He's starting his lap now. So I'll make sure to catch the end of that one. He's looked very quick so far on his SLR debut. Adrian is currently bottom of the pack at the moment. He's 2 tenths up. Have a quick look if anyone else around him.
I'm on board with Pricey. On board with Pricey, he wasn't going much quicker going through sector 2, thousandths in it. So unless he's had a brilliant last corner in sector 3, that's only going to be the area he's going to gain some time. And he goes up to 3.5 tenths, so that's a bit of crack in sector 3 time from the Haas driver. But unfortunately, its highest is going to be his 6th position, which is not going to do him the world of good into the race unless he has a fantastic start. Crossing the line next is a Mercedes.
Yeah, that's going to be UKB's Assassin starting his final lap of the session, and we'll see how far he can shoot his way up the order. Have we got anyone finishing a lap? We've got Kislesko, who's coming up to the line now. What's happened, Matt?
UKB's Assassin rear went very, very tail happy coming out of the centre chicane, and it looks like that could be it for his qualifying. 2.5 tenths down, so unless he has a mammoth sectors 2 and 3, that is his qualifying done. As Scarborough has qualified is over. He didn't cross the line in time, or if he did, it's not gone any quicker. So at the moment, he is your pole position sitter. 3 drivers have so far finished their qualifying. Who's crossing the line next, Corey?
It's like Morley. He didn't improve in the end. Positions anyway. What about Zach's Beast? He's going to be coming up to the line very shortly as well. That guy's retired in the pit lane. He's going to be P7 at very best. Golden Egg Fry's gone up to P3. What about Zach's Beast? Crossed the line. Stays 18th in the end, but the Ferrari up into 3rd. LSW Legend is going to be coming up shortly to the line as well. F1AB QWERTY, he's also 4 tenths up. He's looking good. Halves into the pit lane. F1AB QWERTY towards the line we go then. With the Haas driver. Where can he put that Haas car? Goes P6 in the end. What about SLR Darnell?
I think we're going to see a pole position lap. He's going to be given a bit. He was already at 2 tenths up going through sector 2. He's set in purple. Now he's got an insane slipstream from an AlphaTauri driver. That's going to be Owen Howe. This is going to be pole position in SLR Darnell. His 5th of the season. Surely it is. And it is. It's a 1.7.7 with a great help from Owen Howe as well. That's a point owed to the AlphaTauri driver. What a lap. What a pole.
Wow. Teamwork at its finest. They may not be teammates, but they get along very well off the track. And it's SLR Darnell then, as Matt said, for a 5th time this season on pole position then here in Division 2. We mentioned his title fight is pretty much over now, but he's still going to give his absolute all to the checkered flag in Abu Dhabi. Scarborough, man who looked to be taking pole position for the majority of the second, is going to be joining him alongside. But right to the death, Matt, SLR Darnell very much knows how to do it over one lap this season.
Yeah, he definitely owes Owen Howe a point or maybe even a new barbecue. I'm hearing from the Aston Martin driver himself that he reckons on that last bit of sector 2, that slipstream, he was able to gain 2 tenths because of it, and 2 tenths is the difference between him and second position. So that could be a very important bit of, like you said, not teamwork, but friend work, should we call it?
Ooh, friends. Anyway. As you got the results on our screen again, it's SLR Darnell taking pole position by nearly 2 tenths. We'll get the deltas up on the screen very quickly. See what times gain. Through the first sector, it looked like Scarborough was about just over half a tenth up, but from then onwards, it went to the way of SLR Darnell. Second sector had a tenth and a half on Scarborough, and then you can see in the final sector another tenth gain there, and that is enough for SLR Darnell to take pole position then. Here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, here in Division 2. We're going to be getting underway in about 5 minutes' time. You can see the rest of the grid there. We'll scroll down to the bottom. Yeah, that is the 16th qualifying session of the season. Done then. Matt, well, wasn't really a close qualifying session here and then at the front.
I mean, I think on paper it's still on the onset, it still was a tight qualifying, but on paper, it appears not. But that was because of help from an AlphaTauri driver of Owen Howe. I'm expecting a very sweaty race, especially as it's a very warm day in the United Kingdom today, which, if you are watching this Twitch stream from another country, first of all, hello, hope you enjoy the show. And hopefully you've got some great weather as well as we do as well. If it is hot over there, hopefully you've got better humidity, because over here it sucks ass.
Matt, what if they can't understand what you said because, of course, they're from another country?
What? Hang on. Let me translate it into French. Actually, no, I won't. I'll get banned.
Yeah, do not.
Anyway, yeah, I won't do that. Anyway, it's the break in between qualifying and race, and you know what it's time for, Corey?
Piss time?
I guess you could call it. Yeah, it's bloke chat. Well, I'm actually going to kind of carry on from last week. So, we actually spoke about last week of our greatest or favourite moments in Summit League racing since we've been in here. And you've been in here for a few seasons, Corey. I've been in here, it was like, well, actually, it's been over 4 years. We mentioned some favourites, like Hicklin, going the wrong way down Castle Corner, and Sem's pit lane shenanigans in Catalonia in Season 7. Anything else come to mind for you, sir?
They're the main ones, really. I'm trying to think of something on the spot. You've got me here. Is there anything that comes to your mind while I'm thinking?
Is there like bad moments? I mean, like V-Dub's Gaz, Jaguar, like them clowns that are in Summit League racing for a while. The day the LOs changed, like it was just the mass exodus of LOs. The red flag moment's got to be up there actually, because that's the only time we've still seen it in this league. And yeah. Our Baggy fans just come up with a suggestion. Actually, it will be up there. Baggy got a 20-second penalty at France for a flying lemon rear-ending Baggy, which is up there with one of the worst stewarding decisions I've ever seen. Back then, I think appeals weren't a thing, or appeals were taken off from being a thing. Oh God, how could I forget that one? Have you seen what Golden Egg Shaggers just put?
Oh, Mitty! Oh yeah, Mitty versus Roller.
How did we forget that?
I remember I was in that race because I got twatted by Zydrad actually on the penultimate.
Yeah.
I think it was Midzi. I think on the final lap.
You know, it was Midzi on the last lap.
Yeah.
It was. I remember being in the party with the lads for that, and it was just ridiculous how close it was, or how similar it was to being in real life. Of course, Paraquix being your Latifi, and
still is.
SLR Nicky somehow being the only driver to not pit. And he ended up winning on worn-out mediums. Still a twat, but it was a good race for him to win. What else should we talk? Have you got any other moments, actually, Corey, whilst I move on? Before I move on?
What season was it where Ham and Jam had that massive crash in Russia in F2?
No, I think it was both of them, but it was...
Was it Jam?
I think it was season 3 or season 4. It was Ham. He ended up going over Darnell.
That was it?
Yeah.
I remember watching that, like, when I firstly came in the league, and that was like, that was nuts.
Oh, I do miss Russia. What a track that is! Like, if that came back onto the game, that would be on the F2 calendar.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Such a good track.
Not one bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, there's more tracks we see come back into the new game. Let's talk about let's go a bit nostalgic, shall we? Potentially. Of all your time being an F1 fan, of course you've been an F1 fan. You remember watching your first race when you were 1. What's your most favourite race? What's your favourite F1 race?
I think I've been told asked this question so many times, and I don't think I can narrow it down to one. I mean, Canada 2011 is definitely up there. I mean, if you want to Netflix and chill, then there you go. Whack that on and you're sorted for the whole fucking week. I think Saudi Arabia 2021 is up there in one of my favourites because that had near enough everything.
That was chaotic. That was like proper WTF. What is going on?
I remember watching that live and I couldn't fathom what was quite happening. Well, I said that in Abu Dhabi as well, but for different contrasting reasons. But Saudi Arabia was just, it had absolutely everything in that race. Monza that year, I mean, probably a good 60% of the races in 2021 were like some of the greatest races of the era.
For me, the races that come to mind for me for my favourite, I'd say European Grand Prix 2012.
Yeah.
I want to say Malaysia 2012 because that was like, even though it was Ferrari and Alonso, like the dream combination that didn't fulfill. That was like, I mean, the Ferrari at that point was like the 7th or 8th quickest car. It was an absolute dog. It had no right to win a race. Brazil 2012, very good shout from Sam. I'll never forget the first lap. I've never screamed, shouted, and cried so much in a moment in Formula One. Unfortunately, it did not work out. Baggy fans put Maldonado at Spain 2012. Which I've got no conspiracy involved in that. Would you like to hear it, Corey?
Not really, mate, but you're going to tell us anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you remember after that race that the Williams garage got caught on fire because of the fuel?
Yeah.
My conspiracy theory was that was some sort of anniversary for Frank Williams or Williams on that round. And my conspiracy theory is they had some sort of illegal fuel used for that Grand Prix that gave him that little bit of a boost for Pastor Maldonado to win the race. Because that was his only race, he had race-winning pace. And destroyed the evidence, caught on fire, destroyed the Williams garage. There was no proof of it in the end. That's my little conspiracy in F1 that nobody talks about. That he had an illegal car, illegal fuel that race.
Had it for about 3 years.
Yeah, true, yeah.
It might be time to end bloke chat, Matt.
It is. I'm hoping I've got time to do the fart. No, no, it's not going to happen, is it? No, I'm going to have to do it for real life at night. I'm going to have to...
What?
Right, come on.
What, are you forcing it?
Yeah. No. Managed to get it in. Right, that's the end of bloke chat. Is it over to me, Corey?
Oh, yes, it is, mate. Take it away.
Oh, absolutely, as always. Well, it's Friday night. Where else is it better to be? Your man, Corey, and myself, SLR Southerner. Right. I can't see the lights. Are they even moving? I think they are. They are indeed. Revs are up in Brazil. Lights are out, and away we go. It's a short run into turn 1, so it's going to be SLR Darnell into the lead. Scarborger in second place. He's facing a bit of a challenge from Golden Egg Fry, who's actually moved up position. He's got past Hype in the early stages. There is a few moves further back. I can see that the Alpine of SLRW's Legends has moved up a couple of places, but going into turn 3, and it's SLR Darnell still in the lead. Golden Egg Fryer is fancying his chances on the Red Bull. Are we going to see any more moves? Oh, and there's a crash in the background. It's a Mercedes. It's the Radio 2 presenter of Scott Mills. That's a debut to forget. It's a safety car already.
Yep, did not last long whatsoever. 5 corners in, and we've already got a full course safety car then. Here in Division 2, as you mentioned, Scott Mills' debut is going to be one he wants to forget. Back to Radio 2 he goes, and he is the first DNF of the race. And SLR Darnell managed to hold on to the race lead off the get-go. Then you can see the tyres on the left-hand side. Martin Runder and Adrian, the only drivers to go onto the soft tyres. The biggest winner from the start after all of that was LSW legend and Martin Runder himself. 3 positions gained from the 2 of them. And as you mentioned, Golden Egg Fry making his way into the top 3, making the most of the medium tyres. But a safety car is going to neutralise proceedings then.
Yeah, I think already this early safety car potentially is going to ruin the stretch of the soft tyre drivers. As there's a few... What's going on there? Has Pricey dropped 2 positions?
Yeah,
Something's just come up on my screen.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And Oh, you got a few drivers in the pits, so perhaps that guy and Godzilla were caught up in what was going on with Scott Mills. Maybe they couldn't avoid the stranded Mercedes. As Pricey again, what's going on? There's a few, just Pricey's gone up a position again. He's overtaken, unless he's spun and he's trying to get his positions back.
No, I mean, he lost it going out of the final corner, which was, I mean, I don't know how Paul di Resta did it once upon a time in 2012, but
yeah,
I don't see him spinning through there. But yeah, I don't know what on earth's gone on, but he's back up to 9th regardless. So then, on your screen, safety car is out. Then it's still SLR Darnell who's leading this race. Then after the 5 corners we had of green flag racing, and well, it's return to bloke chat.
it is indeed. I had the app still open, so okay. Let's also. So we've got about favourite F1 races. We've had good reasons for it. What F1 race or races will you never forget? Obviously, I know one of them for you. And
yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Never.
I'm going to say it anyway. Abu Dhabi 21.
Oh yeah, that would probably be one of the most memorable Formula 1 races of all time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Michael Massey, you absolute legend.
Wanker.
Oh
my
what
God!
has happened here? That's been a big crash.
He's didn't Fernando Alonso do that once upon a time, back in like 2003, was it? 2004?
He did, yeah. This is behind the safety car. And potentially Adrian and Molly have been caught up in that because they're both in the pits.
All he had to do was follow the goddamn train, and he ended up in the wall.
Yeah, absolute tragedy. You got Scott, you got Radio 2 presenter, and you got the man from San Andreas, both out already of the Grand Prix. Should we go back to bloke chat? What we were saying, most memorable races. Go on. Yeah, so of course, Malcolm Massey, you legend. If you're watching, hello, hope you're well.
I mean, Miami last week is probably going to be one that a lot of people are going to remember for Lando, I guess.
Yeah, very popular winner, of course. For me, Spa 2008 as well. That's
controversial, but yeah.
Controversial. I remember that Rickingham and Hamilton's like amazing battle in the rain, and then Rickingham binning it towards the end. Hamilton cut chicane, didn't let the place back, and apparently that was worth a 25-second time penalty, which Massa won.
Safety cars in this lap. I'm going to get one more in. I think Baku 2017 was one that's really good, and one at least I won't forget anyway. That had a lot. That had a red flag.
Baku 2017?
Yeah, that had a red flag. That had Hamilton's headrest about to fall out. Had Sebastian Vettel crashing into Hamilton. Had Ricciardo winning. Stroll losing second on the line. We go back to green.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the end of bloke chat.
That was a wet one. We've got a move going down to turn 1. Oh, now round the outside of Nax. He's going to have the inside line. But this centre S is. Oh, there's contact between the two. The Alfa Romeo goes flying off the road. Takes the escape road on the left hand side. Flies his way across the grass. Oh, I thought he was going to go into the side of the car there. Lost another 3-4 positions. What about UKB's Assassin? Who's going to use the RS? He's now up into 7th place. He has to win the race this evening if he wants to take the title. His nearest championship protagonist, Pricey, is now just behind him. He might try and make the move. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it around the outside there. Got so close to Pricey, but is it going to go for it?
He is going to go for it. He's gone down the inside. What a move, potentially from the Haas driver. Does UKB's Assassin get his elbows out? This is potentially for the championship. Of course, not on the day, but to keep going into the... They're still side by side between the two. Pricey's got the medium tyres on, of course. UKB's Assassin, he's still holding on. He's doing a brilliant job on those hard tyres. Whilst they're doing this, LSW Legend is going to be pulling away. They're still side by side, Corey.
To the final corner then we go of Jung Sao. They're going up the hill. Who's still ahead? It's Pricey who's ahead now in the Haas, and his teammate F1 Eddie Percy's just lost a position. Well, LSW Legend and UKB's Assassin's coming back though, Matt.
Oh, but Pricey's also on the front. Is Nax going to do both of them? He has. He's done the Fernando Alonso from 2012. But UKB's Assassin has got it back. Oh, and there's contact. But Nax has saved it. Rundle's gone past.
They're still so much. This is absolutely nuts on lap 5 of the race. They're going through wide. Here comes Pricey again, though. Going into the fourth corner of Jacino Del Lago. He's going to go down the inside. There's contact between the two. Beast is all over the curb. Look at the McLaren and DVT pool now in the background. He's thinking about going past the Mercedes as we head now up towards turn 6 of Ferradura. Has a look round the outside. Is it going to go for the move, though? Is it going to calm down? It finally has.
Well, I mean, there's a 1.4 second gap already between F1 QWERTY and Pricey, so that is already going to hamper them both for the Grand Prix, because you can guarantee them, unless they can get back in that DRS, they're going to be swapping plates every single lap. Pricey is already winking non-stop. He's used all of his Get that one out. So Pricey could be a sitting duck here, and I don't expect him to be making up the ground anytime soon. Meanwhile, his teammate is right behind Owen Howe.
Oh, we've got a spinner. Someone's gone off at the back there. Don't know who that was. That was Kislesko at Jung Sao. He's now down to the back. F1 EV QWERTY's making the move. Got to move for the lead, though. Scarborger down the inside of SLR Darnell. Takes the lead of the race.
Of course, once again, for the third race in a row, we're a bit oblivious to what's going on up ahead, because the brilliant battle is going on down around 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th position.
And we're going to have it again now, going down to turn 4 to Cedar de Largo. It's LSJ Rundle going to go down the inside of DVT Pool with the assist of the DRS and the soft tyres. Brakes later. And a pretty easy move for the Aston Martin. He now moves into 9th place.
Yeah, he managed to do a block pass as well. Paul tried looking for a way back down the inside, but Rundle parked his car very well. Rundle has got the soft tyres, and oh, there's a spinner. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. He's onto the grass, and down he continues to fall. He's going to have to hope for a safety car to get back into the race. He had good pace prior to that, and we are seeing definitely a few gaps at the front now, Corey. We're seeing Scarborger and Darnell almost out of the DRS for Golden Eggshagger, and then you've got F1 QWERTY 1.7 seconds away.
Yeah, he's very much dropped back now. He was battling with, I think it was with Owen Howe about a lap ago, and that's clearly lost him a lot of time. Golden Egg Fry as well, using the medium tyre to pull that gap away. We're going to have a change for the lead again, though. SLR Darnell down the main straight, going down into turn 1, gets the move done in the braking zone, but Scarborg is going to have a DRS then all the way down the straight of the Retro Foster, and switch in there. What's going on?
Oh, Pricey's car just went off the track, but he just had some delay. That scared me a bit.
Yeah, I think the lobby's just lagging a little bit, because it was happening for me.
Yeah.
Scarborger.
And Owen Howe's just gone up the inside of F1 QWERTY. Both of these two like a battle. Both of them two also like an instant as well. F1 QWERTY hasn't given up yet. I think he has now. He's potentially going to save himself. Oh, and he's touched the grass a bit. What a save. Oh, that was almost like Gordon Banks in Brazil. And in the process, he's let Pricey through. So that was actually a good mistake to make.
I like that one. Pricey, as you said, makes his way through, just about avoiding his teammate. Look at LSJ Rundle, though. Having a look, thought he was going to go for the move down the inside. Slight contact between the two. We've got yellow flags at the back. That is LSW Legend off again, joining his teammate Kislesko. We've got a virtual safety car, so I think he's hit the barriers. Yes, he has.
I think that was a bit wet from the strip. Oh, Pricey's lag. Goodness me. He's teleporting everywhere.
No, it's QWERTY. QWERTY's just teleported down to 10th.
I wonder if he's had a screen freeze. I haven't seen one of them in a while.
I think it's a massive problem on PS4, which I think QWERTY is on PlayStation 4. Oh my God!
Oh, he's falling back again. Oh God! Oh, he's swerving. I mean, I know Doctor Who's on this weekend for the first episode of the series, but this is some TARDIS stuff. Watching it.
Yeah, this is. I haven't seen this for a long time. It's like F1 21 screen freezing, but yeah. That's unlucky 13th he goes. Virtual safety car should be coming to an end very, very shortly. The top 3 are now all together, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, this is under virtual safety car, so prior to that, there must have been a bit of a battle going on between Darnell and Borger. That's cost them a bit of time. I was kind of thinking, are them two going to work together a bit where they'll keep swapping places, but they won't lose time with each other? But clearly, they have been losing a bit of time, because Golden Eggshagger is within 8 tenths, and he's actually closing a bit. I think he's had the best reaction to...
Oh! I thought he was going to go for it down the inside of Albon Corner. Darnell got an awful safety car restart. I think he was playing with the Delta at some point there. He seems to be lucky to not get a drive-through penalty. And we're going to be starting lap 9 very soon then, out of Jung Sao, the proper final corner anyway, and onto the main straight we are heading now. I think Scarborger is going to retake the race lead here, Matt.
Yeah, that is going to be what we're going to be seeing every single lap. The only thing that might derail that is if they lose a bit of time and Golden Eggshagger finds a few more attempts to make up a position. Talking about making up positions, Pricey has done so. He's up into 4th, overtaking Owen Howe, the cousin of current championship leader. Oh, and Pricey's lost the rear a bit, and all that hard work's come undone.
Towards turn 4, Darnell had a little glimpse at the outside, but thought better of it. Doesn't want to lose much time. If he can work with Scarborough to the end of the race, they're in a perfect position to get a 1-2. But of course, only one of them can take the race victory. We will see come the end of lap 36. Might be neither of them. Who knows? We've seen chaos so far this season where we've had jumbled up top 3. And could very much happen here again. But yeah, Owen just about getting ahead of Price. He had a huge snap through turn 3. He's now going to be under threat from Martin Rundle behind, whose soft tyres are probably going to start deteriorating right about now.
As expected, we are seeing a few trains develop here. Not a massive one, though. Clearly, they must be on strike. It's interesting to see some of the big gaps, though. The one that interests me the most is 3rd and 4th. I know Golden Egg Fryer is on the medium tyres. So, of course, the early start part of the Grand Prix, he will be up there with the likes of Scarborough and Darnell. But he's 2.9 seconds ahead of Owen Howe. That gap will come down as Darnell's back into the lead.
Yes, he is. He's gone around the outside this time at turn 1 as SLR Darnell and into the race lead. Goes with the assistance of DRS. Both of them have got very similar amounts of battery, pretty high, so they're in a very comfortable position heading towards the middle part of the race now. SLR Darnell will hold on to the race. He was about Pricey though. Closing up to Owen Howe as we head towards turn 4. Isn't going to go for the move, but we have got some moves that I know Zacky's Beast is now into the points. They're going to Decido de Largo. Huge snap there from Harv, who's got F1 AB QWERTY now for his inside.
Yeah, and F1 QWERTY, of course, he's trying to bounce back from his little TARDIS moment. He's gone round the outside. He's got it done. Oh, and there's a little bit of contact, I think, between Harv, not that one, and Codzilla, but no spins. So Zacky's Beast 10th, QWERTY 11th on his bounce back. Harv 12th, Codzilla 13th. Are things going to settle down a bit, I wonder? I don't think so, because what looks to me, you've got Pricey under threat, and you've got UK Beast Assassin under threat from the drivers behind.
Beast! He's had a huge snap out of jumps out there. He's now going to be well under threat from DBT Pool as they go on the main straight. I don't even think he's going to have DRS here, UK Beast Assassin. Could lose 2, maybe even 3 positions. He's going to lose out to Nax. And yes, he's now going to drop down to 9th place.
And Rundle, is he going to make a move on Owen Howe? He does, and Owen Howe in the process also almost goes into the back of Pricey. Owen Howe, he's still looking there, he's had to cut a bit of a curve, and Rundle's got the move. He tried looking down the inside, down the straight on both drivers, but that gap was closed off. So Rundle's up to 5th position, and is chasing down Pricey.
Don't know where to look at the moment. There's moves going on everywhere. UK Beast Assassin has now got past DBT Pool once again going into turn 4. He's now back up into 8th place. SLR Darnell into the race lead. LSJ Rundle up into 5th. And we've got moves a bit further down the field now. Harv has now got past Codzilla. That's the battle for P12.
I'm on board with Beast Assassin, and there's an Alpine in front of him.
That's Legend.
Ghosting. It's Legend Labs.
Yes.
Oh my word.
Shocker.
Already? That's going to be a long race for the Alpine driver.
Isn't an Alpine? What do you expect? Did you hear David Coulthard's little dig
I did.
Miami?
Yep.
That was amazing.
That was rate it. I do rate it a lot. And I'm sure Fernando enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I bet he did. Here comes Nax then. He's going to be close up to the back of Owen Howe now. On the main straight, you can barely see past him with the ghosted Alpine. Scarborough retakes the lead of the race. Going down the main straight now. We've got to move ahead as well. LSJ Rundle going up the inside of Owen Howe. Has vice versa. Oh, I can't even speak. Goes through the SLRS's. Nax still side by side with Owen. Oh, and he's just about going to hold on to the AlphaTauri driver, or is he? Because going down the Retro Aposta now, heading towards turn 4. The Alfa Romeo is going to have the inside line on the AlphaTauri. Both Alphas going side by side, but it's the Romeo up the inside and up into 6th place.
This track always produces such amazing racing. The amount of wheel-to-wheel battles we've seen already. We haven't seen too many incidents. Touch wood. Really, this has got to always stay on the calendar. It was brilliant for F2 yesterday. It's brilliant once again today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping for a safety car because having one big old train, I would love to see these. I just want to see these drivers on a proper sweat.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's gonna, especially when the field does come to, if it comes together again, of course. As well, I think Golden Egg Fryer has made a mistake because he's now 1.5 seconds back from SLR Darnell. So he's in a bit of no man's land at the moment, which isn't always the worst of things. Sticking on board with, we're going to go back to DBT Pool because he's closed up. SLR Darnell retakes the lead of the race again. Not surprised there whatsoever. LSW Legend, new fastest lap of the race. Beast is now closing up to the back of Owen, but no, he's nowhere near thinking about going for the move. We're going to go back to the front then because Scarborga's all over the back of SLR Darnell, rinsing the battery. He's going to have the inside line going into Casino del Lago, and Darnell doesn't fight it too hard, to be fair to him. Scarborga, once again, is now back into the lead of the race.
And Owen House looking down the inside of Nax for 6th position. They're side by side. Oh, and Owen House lost the rear a bit. Oh, goodness me. And UKB's Assassin DBT Paul managed to avoid him. I think Owen Howe has actually lost a few more positions, and there was contact with DBT Paul. I think I missed that one then. And Paul's trying to go around the outside of the Mercedes driver, but fails to do so. So Nax is 6th position, UKB's Assassin 7th, and a very hungry DPT Paul in 8th, who's looking very good on the brakes. But once again, Corey, Owen Howe's race has gone down the shitter.
Yeah, he did have contact with DPT Paul, but that was after he had the spin. His car just went sliding across the track, caught the rear end of Paul. He was very lucky to not go round him, was the McLaren driver, but Owen very much more unlucky with that situation. Another snap from Beast. He's having an awful time going through Jungsown. Near enough every single lap I've seen so far, he's had a snap through there. We've got yellow flags. That's Harv off of the back. SLR Darnell retakes the race lead. DBT Paul, though, isn't able to capitalise on UK Beast Assassin's mistake, and they will stay as you were. But behind, though, F1AB QWERTY's going down the inside of Zacky's Beast into turn 1. That's the battle for P9. The Haas driver, temporarily anyway, is up into 9th place.
Yeah, and of course I mentioned earlier about we're barely seeing any incidents. We've seen a few spins on that now. We've seen 2 in that last lap alone. Is Zacchaeus Beast going to look down the inside of the Haas driver? He chooses not to, and I think there was another change for the lead between Borger and Darnell. That gap is now 2 seconds between Darnell and Golden Egg Fryer. Rundle on the softs, deteriorating softs I would expect, is still actually showing good lap times.
Yeah, he's still doing pretty decent, which is surprising, to be fair. Not the tyres anyway, not Rundle. Lap 14 of 36 now in this race. It seems like Darnell's normally the one leading on the main straight, and heading down towards turn 4, it's Scarborga taking the lead. We'll see if the trend stays the same then as they go through Jungsown for the 14th time.
Oh no!
What's going on?
Zacchaeus Beast has spun it round. He couldn't do what Verstappen did and do a drift. He lost the rear and he's lost the position in the process. He hasn't got any damage. He's lost about 5 seconds.
Gonna have a move for P7. DPT Paul round the outside of UKB's Assassin on the main straight is now up into 7th place now. We're going to go back to the front though because I think there's going to be another change for the lead.
Yeah. Again, it's going to be like this every single lap. They're going to try and overtake each other. Certainly for the first half, first quarter, 3/4 of the race anyway. Not lose as much time. It's going to be quite similar to Indy 500. The elbows will be out though come the last few laps. Mark my words. Unless there's a safety car that comes out before that. But DBT Paul is now looking very hungry for that 6th position. He's gritting his teeth. Is the McLaren driver taking the position of SLR Liam? As you mentioned earlier, he's having a lovely time in Spa, isn't he, Corey?
He is. He's very much letting us know about it as well, and I'm not moaning it in the slightest because it looks amazing.
It's seeing the pictures he's putting in, seeing the cars go around. It just makes me looking more forward to Silverstone in 2 months' time.
Yeah.
Great. If you're watching, Liam, hope you're well. Hope you're loving your experience so far. And qualifying hasn't been done yet. Is the race tomorrow? Is qualifying?
Yeah, race is tomorrow. Yeah, qualifying. The number 50 got pole.
Oh.
So we watched the Ferrari get pole. That's all we wanted to see. They're not going to win the race because it's Ferrari, but
Of course. Randall's in the pits. What does he go on? He's done well with the soft tyres. He's managed 15 laps and onto the mediums he goes. So 20 laps on the mediums. Is this strategy that potentially you've been considering for the race on Sunday for him?
I don't really know. To be honest. I haven't really done any racing laps. I can't really remember much about last season. I think we had a late safety car last season, which kind of changed quite a lot of things. But it was kind of similar to this race really, where there's some brilliant wheel-to-wheel racing, and yeah, it's kind of looking very similar. So all it needs is a safety car around lap 30ish, and it would be the same.
Keep your cars close. I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's no safety car for the rest of the race, this gap between Darnell and Borger, in my opinion, is going to extend from third position. Because remember, they're on the hard tyres. They're now pulling the gap now because their mediums are gradually dying off. But after they pit, they're going to be in such better condition, tyre-wise and grip-wise, as Scar Borger is back into the lead. How easy does Darnell make it? Very easy, because I'm sure he is going to get that position back down this next DRS zone, which he has got. Will there be any urge use? Scar Borger goes defensive, so maybe are the elbows going out? Scarborger covers up the inside. Darnell chooses not to go for it, and the Red Bull driver is still in the lead.
They're doing a great job of it, to be fair, because it takes a lot of chemistry between the two on track anyway to kind of work it out, to not lose any time. And I've been watching the gap to Golden Egg Fryer, and they haven't really been losing any at all, to be honest. If anything, they've been gaining it with the advantage of DRS. So, touch wood. I don't think have I got wood? Yeah, right here. They can hold on and maybe extend the gap, but for our purposes, I think I'd like to see a safety car.
Yeah. I mean, if you want a safety car, who'd you call? You call either LSW Legends or Owen Howe 36. Sorry, guys. But, yeah. These guys at the front, though, certainly won't be wanting a safety car. They are enjoying their battle at the front, as we looks like we're about to see the move, the first change again, as SLR Darnell up the inside. Nice and lovely. Won't be the last time either, as Golden Egg Fryer has pits from third position, Corey.
He has. I was coming on board with DPT. Paul has just gone down the inside and knacks at turn 1 as the Alfa Romeo is having a huge snapperoo buckaroo behind him. DPT Paul should not really be under much threat going down into Descida de Largo, and you can see the gap extending. He's about 4 tenths back now, so he doesn't need to worry. F1AB QWERTY, he's closing the gap to TIR Godzilla and the second of the Alfa Romeos for this evening. Can't close it enough to go for the overtake. Agent is going to come out side by side with Golden Egg Fryer going down to turn 4. Golden Egg Fryer is going to need to keep it on the inside here to not lose much time, and that's exactly what he does. And he peels off ahead.
UKB Assassin has moved up to 5th place, or still defending 5th place. I can't remember which position he was in before. And Nax actually going round the uphill right, lost the rear a bit and had to correct it, and he's lost about 1.2 seconds. So UKB Assassin can actually breathe for a bit now. He's out of the DRS zone on DPT Paul. He's out of the DRS zone of Paul. Oh, and he's even further out. Those rear tyres are... Oh, I'm on board the wrong driver.
You spun out. I've just watched Rundle do a fantastic overtake as well.
Yeah, I was on board with Nax, and he's called it a day. He's had enough.
Okay,
that's a shame.
I was not expecting that.
Must be something with that Alfa Romeo seat. Just head losses in that car. And yes, I'm talking about you, Hayes, if you're watching.
Ouch. That fucking hell. Someone's woke up the wrong side of the bed today.
I woke up and chose violence, and Darnell.
During traffic.
That's not worked out well, has it? He's going to want to get this move done on the Red Bull very quickly. This is not the place to do it, Darnell. Remember, you put yourself in positions to win the championship. You put yourself in the position to avoid it, and he has actually done it. He had the grip for it, so that's a good move in the end from the Aston Martin driver. And now he's got his teammate up ahead of him, and there's a yellow flag for who? Chris Kamara.
LSW Legend.
Oh, of course it is.
I didn't even have to jump to it, and I knew it was Legend. But yeah, Darnell getting his elbows out, hasn't got much to lose in the championship, but has got a lot to lose in this race. Fighting for the race victory with Scarborger. He's chosen to stay out that extra lap, has stayed out an extra 2 laps actually. He might be going for the soft compound tyre, which might be a good call. We'll see later on in the race. Godzilla's now closing to F1AB QWERTY. Head down towards turn 1, they'll head through the centre S's. He will get DRS going down the Retro Aposta. And another snap again from Godzilla. Those Alfa Romeos are not enjoying the centre S's. The back end through there, just looking so unstable.
Yeah, and one thing you've noticed is you've got 3 drivers who have retired in this race, and they're 3 debutants. So the new drivers just can't hack it in this division. This division is so intense. You can't make mistakes, otherwise you're going to fall down the pecking order. And that has happened with them, of course. Look at this battle. We're going on for 8. Oh, Golden Egg Fryer. He doesn't want to lose too much time. He's made the move on Molly, and that move is done. How quickly can he dispose the Red Bull of Zak's Beast? Is he going to do it in this corner? You want to bet he is? No, he isn't. He's going to wait probably until the home straight, unless... Is he going to try going around the outside? Oh, that's going to be a bit risky if he does. But Zak's Beast covered it off.
I thought he was going to set it on the inside of Albon corner then. That would have been brave, but no, it's got a fantastic exit on these fresh hard tyres. But as you said, is it going to lose much? And Red Bull's gone off onto the gravel, on the grass, sorry. And that's allowed Golden Egg Fryer through. Has lost a little bit of time. Price is now into the pit lane. I believe he was I think he was around the Golden Egg Fryer area, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, he was about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds behind.
The fastest lap then,
and
SLR Darnell.
Onto the soft tyres, Price he goes.
That's going to be a stretch.
That is going to be a stretch. So that is definitely what the likes of Scarborger, Paul, and QWERTY are thinking now. It's time for the soft tyres in a few laps' time.
Two Aston Martins, as F1AB QWERTY has got a 3-second time penalty ahead. Two Aston Martins right next to each other now. LSJ Rundle, he went for the undercut. He's now ahead of his teammate SLR Dino. You can see on the left hand side, 3-lap older tyres compared to his teammate. Dino was in the net race lead. How hard is he going to fight this for his teammate? Because it could be great for Aston Martin if they can pull each other along, but maybe clear out ahead of Scarborough, because there's no doubt that they will undercut him for sure. But Dino is going to lose a lot of time behind his teammate here.
Yeah, of course, if any of you are new to SLR racing, first of all, welcome. Secondly, if the whole grid has turned up, i.e. if you've got 20 drivers racing, all reserve team drivers score points for the team. So at the moment, yeah, as Corey has said, Aston Martin is scoring very well at the moment. Rundle, I don't think he's aware of the situation regarding Darnell and the championship. And, I mean, he's not going to give it up easy, is he? And he does in the end. Whilst I was nattering on there, Pricey has made the move on Zach's Beast.
Yes, he has. Into 8th place he goes. F1 MB is now into the pit lane. Darnell, only 14 seconds away now from race leader Scarborough, who you can see is yet to pit in this race. They're now going to be closing up to Codzilla, who has been pitted in this race very early on for a set of hard compound tyres. Had damage in the early stages. We'll see how hard he will fight this. We saw last night. Who was it? Who was it? It was Atom, I think it was, who very much gave Toby a run for his money. He stayed out late and gave us a bit of an entertaining race for a few laps until he pulled that gap again. How hard is Godzilla going to fight this now? Heading towards into the Albon corner of Pico Chapato. And he's all over the back of the Alfa Romeo, going in through the final sector now. Surely he's going to go for the move. Is he through the final corner? No, he's going to wait to the main straight, get the DRS advantage. Losing crucial time to Scarborough. Has just dropped under 14 seconds, so he's very much going to get the undercut done. Round the outside going through the final corner, bit of a bold one, but pretty easy one in the end for SLR Darnell. He's going to have DRS to finish it.
Yeah, he's kind of caught Godzilla at the wrong time, hasn't he? Really want to try and catch them up so they don't lose any time going into the last corner, but he lost about a good half a tenth there, so that's half a tenth. Could be potentially a crucial half a tenth at the end of the race when Scarborough pits. Darnell will be your next race leader, but he's going to be having the softest tyres in the best condition, and he will be able to close that gap down as Zach's Beast is into the pits onto the soft tyres.
He is all the way to the end of the race. He'll have about 13 laps to do on them. Durable. They will feel maybe a bit under the weather coming the end of the race. Speaking of the weather, it is meant to stay dry to the end of this race from now, so we're not going to get into any interruptions regarding that. But safety car interruptions are potentially right round the corner. We'll have to wait and see. F1AB QWERTY's closing up to the back now of Kislesko on 15-lap old mediums. Should be a pretty easy one for the Haas driver, but it's where is he going to make the move? He had a tiny little look down the inside there, but chose to back out of it. Going through the hairpin, he's going to have a lot extra grip. Going all the way around the outside would be a great move to make it work. And yes, he can. F1AB QWERTY, a lovely move for the Haas driver, has got past Kislesko.
Yeah, good move there from the Haas driver. Of course, he's probably driving a bit angry after a few screen freezes, which I'm assuming has happened to the Haas driver when he had a few TARDIS moments. Scarborger's now in the pit, and onto the soft tyres he goes. So we know he's going to be behind both Aston Martin drivers, but how far back will he be? How far down the grid will he be? And how quickly will he make his way back up? He's got 12 laps to go. Can he close that gap in good time? It's going to be a similar situation to Owenhow and Spa, but of course that was derailed by a late safety car. Oh, we got the same again. He's side by side with... he was side by side with Pricey, and Price is like, nah, I'm slamming that door on ya. Good racing actually between the two. Hard but fair.
It was very, very close between the two. Scarborough also had this kind of similar situation in Kota where he was very much closing the gap rapidly on SLR Darnell at the front, then was interrupted by a late safety car. Are we going to see that again? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Scarborough still all over the back of Pricey then, going through Pico Chapato. And only one more set to go, lap 24. He's going to get DRS down the main straight. Pricey, though, he's going to be so close to getting DRS to Golden Egg Fryer. He's going to try and have to get it if he wants to hold on to 5th place. But I've got a feeling, Matt, Scarborger's just going to fly past anyway.
Yeah, he is, and he's going to have to really put those soft tyres to work going through the centre chicane, because if he doesn't, Pricey could find himself back past. But, I mean, he's used a lot of energy down that straight, and he's got the assistance of DRS from Golden Egg Fryer as well. So Scarborough has played this absolutely to perfection, and even more perfect if you can get past him going down He's a bit too far away, so any ground he has stretched on Pricey is probably going to close unless Scarborger can... Oh, fucking hell. That was a bit of lag on my side.
Same.
Unless he can do something in these next sequence of corners. He's going to have the grip. It's soft against 7-lap-old hards, so there's a yellow flag. I see there's an Alpine... Yeah.
I'm watching that battle as we speak, and I don't know what on earth that was about, but
I don't know, maybe they're anticipating Legend spinning. They just they got the flags out too. Sorry, Legends, but I could do this because you try to unlap yourself as an admin, which isn't amazing. So I can do this.
Yeah.
Back at the front.
It's I tell you what, look at that from the Aston Martin's now over a second. I think yes he has. Wonder was just in DRS range. Scarborg now flew past Golden Egg Fryer. He's now only 6 seconds from the lead. New fastest lap of the race. A 1 minute 10.4. Fucking hell. From Scarborger, and you can see it's just absolutely closing at the front now. It's now under 5 seconds.
Now I've just had a sudden thought, which is normally a bit dangerous, but hear me out. You've got Darnell in first, Rundle in second, Aston Martin 1-2. Does Darnell try and pull off a Carlos Sainz by keeping Rundle in the DRS, so then it makes Scarborger's life difficult? Because Scarborger, as it stands, he's got the pace to overtake both and maybe win the race. But if Darnell can keep Rundle in his DRS, it's going to make Scarborger's life very difficult. Thoughts, Corey?
I mean, it's a very much easier said than done at a track like this, where DRS is so powerful and slipstream. Sorry to give you the boring answer. Compared to Singapore. And I think Scarborger, especially on the soft tyres, has got the pace, the grip, and the ERS to probably get them both in one move.
Alright, bet you're fun at parties.
I don't get invited to them, mate, sorry.
Oh. Well, I feel bad now.
No, oh well. Pricey, new fastest up again from Scarborger. Pricey down the inside of Golden Egg Fryer, down into turn 1 on the soft compound tyres. He's now up to 4th place.
Yeah, it looks like it's so a good move there from Pricey. And you've got Scarborger making up ground, Darnell in first position. So I think now it's a bit of a damage limitation race from Mercedes driver of UKB's Assassin because he's been hunted down by DP. Oh, hello. Golden Egg Shagger has decided, no, I'm going to make it difficult for you. Go on, this is up against all odds. The hard tyres of the Ferrari against Pricey in the softs. Is Pricey going to try and go around the outside? He is going to, but the Ferrari driver has done a good job here of making life very difficult for him. I was not expecting this.
He's done a fantastic job there to hold on to it. Fair play, Golden Egg Fryer. Usually a bunch of DRS and slipstream, gone all the way around the outside into turn 4. And now back past Pricey again. Those soft tyres maybe starting to feel a little bit already. DBT Pool and the UKB Sassasna going wheel to wheel. The McLaren driver on the inside of Albon Corner is up to 6th place now. We saw him set the fastest lap of the race a few laps ago. Legend has now stolen that 1 minute 9.5.
Yes, it's a damage limitation race, I think, from UKB Sassasna. Now he is going to lose a bit of ground. Or not lose a bit of ground. I think his points tally is going to shrink quite a bit. Darnell is going to be back within a race win distance as it stands, which at the same time he's going to kind of wish didn't happen because it's going to make it a bit painful next Friday when he attends the playoffs, especially if Saints lose.
Golden Egg Fryer again, going towards turn 4. Is he going to try and around the outside this time? No. He tries to go for a bit of a cutback. He hasn't got much ERS, but you can see the red light flashed on the Haas as well. Mini, he's got no ERS either. Oh, heading towards turn 6. They're still getting very, very close. It's the Ferrari and the Haas, but it's the Haas of Pricey remaining ahead.
I think that should be it now, unless Pricey has a bit of a mare with his rears overheating. I think Pricey's going to pull away from Golden Egg Fryer now. Well, not so much as I first thought. Look at that gap. It's within 3 tenths. The Ferrari's going to get him back here.
Yeah, I'm going to go back on board with him. Golden Egg Fryer. And in towards the main straight we go. Yeah, I think you're right, Matt. Does.
Whoa. That's going to be that's going to be a very frustrated Haas driver there. Is there any chance of him catching up? Top 3. It's not going to happen whilst he's struggling to get past this Ferrari on 11 lap old hard tyres.
Oh, P2, Rundle and Skarborger. Rundle's making it so hard for the Red Bull. He wants all the best for his team and his teammates. Skarborger's going to have to go all the way around the outside here. Ferradura, is he going to make it where there's contact between the two? He's going to send it on the inside. Oh my goodness me, this is so close. They're still wheel bagging, but in the end, Skarborger up the inside at turn 9 is into second place now.
Well, I can guarantee you, Darnell and Rundle, there's no communication between the two, but I can imagine Darnell in his headset right now to the likes of Beast Assassin and Owen. He's shouting at his teammate, come on, get it back past him. Because 2.6 seconds in 7 laps, it is doable, especially if those soft tyres can stand the speed and the cornering in the last few laps. 2.3 seconds, half a second away is Rundle. It looks like he is not going to get him back unless Skarborger comes up with a mistake or two in the centre chicane.
Eggfryer's got back past Pricey again. They're still going wheel to wheel into turn 1. Then Ferrari on those 12 lap old hards is doing a mega job. And look at DVT Pool. He might even close up to his battle. He has. He's now within a second of Pricey, who's going to come back again now. The Ferrari is going to go around the outside now, heading towards the Cedar de Largo, and he is up into 4th place.
Yeah, he really is struggling, isn't he? Pricey to stretch or pull away from the Ferrari driver. And he's got no Ers to play with. And DPT Paul has got plenty of Ers to play with. So Pricey is going to find life very difficult even more in a moment or two. And going back to the front, that gap is now 1.7 seconds. So, Darnell, whatever you've been saving at your disposal, you're going to need to use it in a few laps' time. He's going to have to try and pull off an Alonso against Perez from real life last season.
Wilson looks for T there. DBT Paul all over the back of Golden Egg Fry now. I think tyres are completely dropped off. DBT Paul with the inside line going up the hill. Should be able to make the move to McLaren. They're going to go so close. But with DRS, both of them are going to have DRS actually. We're on the main straight. Golden Egg Fry trying his absolute hardest. Has no ERS. DBT Paul is now into the top 5. He's going to be looking to chase after Pricey.
Yeah, and that move on Golden Egg Fryer, is probably actually going to help Pricey out a bit. He's lost a few attempts in that battle there as DBT Paul has timed it to a T. And he's down the inside of Pricey into turn 4 and is looking very good now for the McLaren driver, who's made up quite a few positions, I think. Yeah, he's made up 8 positions. Brilliant. And actually Rundle ahead of him has made up 10, so brilliant drive from both drivers retrospectively.
Yeah, a few laps ago. I do wonder actually, because those tyres are still looking pretty fresh on the McLaren. Can he catch Rundle before the end of the race?
Yes.
It's going to be close.
I think he will.
4.5 seconds. He's nearly pulled DRS to Pricey. He has pulled DRS to Pricey. Because DBT Paul, he's on an absolute charge. We could be speaking to him after this race, the way it's going. And he's going to have 4 laps to go, 5 laps to go, so when he crosses the line. Skarborger is still just outside DRS range of SLR Darnell, heading down into turn 1, but the DRS detection point isn't until midway through the centre rester. So watch that gap on the left-hand side. It's still just over a second, so no DRS just yet for the reigning champion.
You're going to be assassin really is struggling pace-wise. F1 QWERTY, who, let's not forget, had a few TARDIS moments and fell down the pack through, well, it's like no fault of his own. He found himself within a second of UKB's assassin, so it could be more points lost potentially for the Mercedes driver. However, the Haas driver is carrying an anchor. Yes, I said anchor of, I think, a 3-second time penalty. So maybe no panic stations on the Mercedes side just yet. Talking of penalties, Harvey's got one.
Yes, he does. Next one to pick up a 3-second time penalty he is. And might not be the last this evening. Skarborger hunting down a 3rd race win of the season. SLR Darnell hunting also a 3rd race win of the season. Which one of the two are going to take it then? With 4 laps to go. Skarborger's looking in the favourite place though.
Yep, it's going to be the fight for 3 between these two here. Yeah, it's how Skarborger going to play this. Because every single lap that goes on, the tyre advantage he has will gradually nullify, and they're both be in the same boat. Oh.
That's a strange one. So, UK Beast Assassin thinking he's going to lose points after tonight. Well, he's going to gain even more.
What's going on here then? Does he know something we don't?
Maybe he was going to get a puncher? I don't know. That's very, very strange. That's caught me very much off guard.
Anyway, back to the front. Scarborger is within half a second of SLR Darnell. Are we going to see what we've been seeing a lot this race between the two, where they were just swap places with ease? The elbows gradually were getting a bit wider as the laps went on, so I've got no doubt the elbows will be well and truly out this time round. Will Darnell avenge what happened last week in Austin, or will Scarborger make it back-to-back wins? Here we go.
Closing up, Scarborger on the main straight. He's going to go for it around the outside. Yes, he is. Oh, there's contact between the two. He's onto the grass and he's off the road. It's Scarborger.
Yeah, that depending on how it ends up at the end, that might not be the last we hear of that. Scarborger has now got to find 1 second or a few tenths just to get back within the DRS zone. I'm pretty sure he will, but it's made his life a bit more difficult as I am experiencing quite a bit of lag with the Red Bull driver now. I reckon that's if that's him recording it or clipping it.
I think that might have just been going all round, to be fair, because there was a bit on my screen. Fortunately for Liam, apparently the number 50 Ferrari has been stripped to pole position.
No!
Apparently it's been stripped to pole position because Antonio Ferroco's Ferrari was found to be underweight.
Wow. Oh dear.
It's the SLR Liam effect.
Sort of stole that car finished P11 tomorrow now.
Yeah. Sorry, Liam, if you're watching. I think you've just sent it in the chat as well. Our chat. Going on to lap 35 now. Scarborger's done well to get back within DRS range of SLR Darnell. 2 laps to go, Matt. Who's going to take it?
I'm not too sure, but I've just been given an update from onto the podium. Pricey's wheel broke, and whilst he paused it to fix it, the game decided to pit his car. What a game.
They had flags. Kislesko's gone off in the final sector. The Alpine is beached.
Oh.
See him on the left-hand side. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. That's going to be a disqualification for him, unfortunately. I think he was on the lower echelons of the points, the Alpine driver. And that's going to be his race now over and done with, unless he's got it out. He has got it going just about before getting disqualified. But Matt, the fight for the race win looks like it's going to go all the way to the line.
It is indeed, and I think if there's a little bit of Scarborger that was annoyed about what happened going into turn 1 a few laps ago, he is going to well and truly show Darnell, yeah, I've got those elbows as well, so this could be a very tasty last lap between the two of them here, because, well, Darnell, if he gets a win here, he's going to close that gap up quite a bit to UK Beats Assassin, which could be crucial, but of course he misses next week. Here we go, the last lap has got underway, and down the inside of Scarborger go. No, he doesn't. He's thinking wise to it, Corey.
Yes, he is. Going through the center race as we go then for the final time in this Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Who is going to take the win? Who's going to get their 3rd race win this season? Is it going to be Scarborger? Is it going to be SLR Darnell? He's got the DRS and the slipstream. Heading round the outside goes Scarborger. Can he make the move work? The Red Bull driver. There's contact between the two again. Going through the Cena de Largo. Going through turn 5 now. It's still SLR Darnell ahead though. Heading towards turn 6 to Ferradura. Is he going to look up the inside? No, he's not. But the Aston Martin driver has just about done enough to stay ahead.
Yeah, Darnell saved a lot of birds as well, so he's already got the tools at his disposal to maybe fend off a slipstream attack from Scarborger going across the line. I think the Aston Martin driver has had enough here, you know. I think he's done it.
Well, it's not over just yet because he's going to get DRS all the way to the line in Scarborger. He's still got a little bit of tyre grip left. Darnell's got a bit of DRS to defend though. They are going through the final corner of Jung Sao for the final time. DVT Pool has got into the podium positions. He has passed LSJ Rundle. He's going to be having a scrap to the line, but as is Scarborger. SLR Darnell though looks to have done enough. He rounds the final corner. He's going to take victory once again here in Division 2. It's a 5th race win of the season for SLR Darnell. Scarborger will finish runner-up. DPT Pool takes the final podium place on the last lap. A great drive from the McLaren driver. He takes P3, but LSJ Rundle should still be very happy with 4th position. 9 positions gained for him. Wow. So, UK Beast Assassin 6th place in the end. He will still extend his championship lead after tonight as Pricey will cross the line to finish P9 in the end.
Yeah, it's Pricey. He's had awful luck in the past two Grand Prix. He's lost out on a ton of points through no fault of his own, and which ultimately, I think, ended his hopes for a championship. Now, I think it's actually now down to 2 drivers, realistically, and that second driver isn't even going to be racing next season. So, if anything, I think it's done the world of good for UK Beast Assassin how it's turned out in the end. Uh, yeah, I'll be quite intrigued to find out what Scar has got to say what happened 3 laps ago. So I wonder if we're gonna have an interesting drivers interview again.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to hear this one. We saw a
But
bit of controversy between Beast and Hayes back in Belgium, so
yeah, um, absolutely. But I'll tell you what, one driver full of praise today, DBT Paul. What a drive from the McLaren driver.
oh, unbelievable from DPT Paul. Should be absolutely delighted with that one. As we are going to go through the classification for once more then. It's SLR Darnell taking a third race victory of the season then for the Aston Martin driver after his ones in Australia and in Belgium. Scarborger finishing P2 again in the end, and DBT Paul rounding out the podium with a great drive from 12th on the grid. LSJ Rundle 13th to 4th, should be very happy with that. Golden Egg Fryer will be P5 with UKB's Assassin extending his championship lead. He finishes P6 and has one hand on the title going into next week then. F1AB QWERTY P7, Codzilla P8, Pricey we saw him pit at the end with wheel issues. He will be P9.5. Rounds out the top 10 then. The remainder of the finishes were Owen, Zaki's Beast, Moley, Adrian, That Guy, LSW Legend, and the retirements were Kislesko, Nax, CJ, and Scott Mills is buggering off back to Radio 2 as he was the first DNF of the race. Matt, that is another round in Division 2 over and done with then. It went all the way to the line.
It did indeed, and part of me thinks that the race is still going to be going on for a few days yet. But that's just Division 2 in a nutshell, isn't it? That is Division 2 in a nutshell. Have we got all of our drivers in? We haven't. We're still waiting for Scarborger. I don't know if you've got him as a friend. I haven't. Probably should do by now. Probably should do by now, considering I've spoken to him enough the past few weeks since he's got back into Div 2.
I guess we'll just start off with DPT Paul then. Matt, do you want to start off?
Yeah, by all means. DPT Paul. Congratulations on your podium, first of all. What a drive. I think Corey would also back up what I'm going to say next, that you are probably our driver of the day. I believe you made up about 9 or 10 positions. First of all, let's talk about your qualifying. Was that just the best qualifying lap you had in you, or was there a mistake in that?
Yeah, first of all, thank you. No, I was pretty happy with me qualifying, to be fair. To be half a second off pole and really prepared, well, have that much time to prepare. But no, I was satisfied with your lap. It was P12, only half a second off, which isn't too bad. But yeah, happy with the qualifying.
And now going on to the race, of course, you had very good pace all through the race, and you were on the medium to soft strategy, which turned out to be, well, not the race winning strategy, but it looked like on paper it was the quickest strategy. Just talk us through your race, really. At what point during the race did you think, do you know what, I've got good pace enough here to be on the top 5? And at what moment did you think, do you know what, a podium's on?
Well, I decided to go for the hards. I was pretty much just trying to copy what everyone else was doing. I think in the first stint, I could pretty much spell every single letter off by heart. The back of UK's Beast Assassin's rear wing. I was behind them for about 15 laps, and I managed to get through. And I was just extending because I was just enjoying it. I was setting consistent 12s. And I come out the pits and I was P7. I was like, right, well, top 5's just up the road. Managed to get past Pricey and I can't remember who else it was, but and then I realised Rundle was in P3, and I thought I had a chance, given that his mediums were aging, and fair play to him, he did last about 20 or so laps on the mediums, so GG to him also.
I've got a question from one of your fans here, DBT Paul. Are you a Geordie or you're a Scot?
No, I'm Geordie.
You're Geordie. Okay, there you go, Dawes. Okay, and your reserve driver, you've taken the place of SLR Liam for today. Are you going to be hopeful for a full-time seat anytime soon? And, well, going into the last 2 rounds of the season, should you attend, is this going to give you good confidence that with your pace you showed today, wins could be on the cards?
Well, there's only a couple of rounds left, so maybe a win's a bit out of the question, but I'm happy with his reserve at the minute. If there's a full-time seat that comes available next season when I've got a bit more free time, then yeah, maybe, who knows. I really enjoy racing, and it's a shame that I can't attend as much as I would want to. But yeah.
Lovely stuff. Not lovely that you can't attend races, but lovely stuff from what you have to
Yeah.
say there. Anything you can add on to that, Corey?
No, I mean you took the words right out of my mouth. Again, just congratulations to Paul. Again, as Matt said earlier, probably no, it is my driver of the day as well. With finishing P3 in the end, great final stint from yourself, especially to pull off the overtake where you did as well. Was very very impressive, and all the best for when we see you racing again.
Cheers, thank you.
Matt, I guess we'll hand it over to you then to speak to the race winner, SLR Darnell.
SLR Darnell, winner for the third time this season. You won in Australia, you won in Spa, you won in Brazil today. First of all, congratulations once again on the race win. That looks like a bit of a sweaty one. The hot temperatures probably did not help also. How was it in the driver's seat for that? Very sweaty. Had to turn the fan on like half the race to turn it on, and I was like, it was behind me, so I was just trying to reach out for it. It was bloody hot. You haven't ticked your box.
Tick your box, you spanner.
Breaking DRS is massively crucial at this track, and yeah, then he came at me at the end. I had to get the elbows out. We had a bit of a I didn't feel him, but I know there was a bit of a turn one thing, but I need to see it again. Yeah. Yeah, I'll touch back on that in a moment. But regarding your position in the standings now, of course, that win has made you close the gap on UKB's Assassin, which is great. But I can't help but feel you've kind of done yourself no favours because you're not attending the race next Friday. How are you now feeling about that, especially if Southampton lose it?
Yeah, I mean, if Southampton lose next week, then it'll feel pretty shit. I'll be walking home thinking, well, I've just lost two things have just gone down the gutter. To be honest, after last week, it couldn't have got any worse. 2 races in a row, DNF in. I come into this week, I have absolutely no thoughts with the championship anymore. I said to Tom in the party earlier, I was just going to try and win the last 2 races. That's all I literally am aiming for, and luckily or thankfully I did today.
Racing without pressure always gains you a few temps. And now I've got to ask, you touched on a little bit in contact with Scarborga. From your position, I mean, from your view of the cockpit, really, did you feel anything at all? Were you aware where he was? Were you aware of really what happened?
Well, I knew where he was. I didn't feel him whatsoever, though. So that's the weird thing. So, like, he's coming at me on the straight. I've gone defensive. I thought, right, I have to defend this. I'm not just letting him pass because he could just breeze ahead. And then I've just kind of given him elbows. I didn't feel any touch, though. I know that someone in my party was watching the race and he said he might have touched the grass or might have been some kind of connection issue or something. I have no idea. I would like to watch it back. But yeah, I don't really know. To be fair, without watching it, it didn't feel like anything much was in it.
Before I hand over to Corey, I like stirring the pot a bit, being a reporter, shall we say? During the race, you saw a lapped car unlap themselves. Was that off-putting at all? Because it looked,
massive.
It didn't look great.
Yeah, it was a talking point in the party from like the halfway point of the race. Yeah, I won't say too much on it, but yeah, massively off-putting. I imagine it was the same for everyone.
That's exactly what I want you to do.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if it's in the rules. If it's not in the rules, then fair play, do what you want. If it's in the rules, then I mean, people that did it are getting penalties galore because, yeah, it was not nice going through the middle sector with I think it was an Alpine going through me, and I was racing Scar, and yeah, that was horrid. But yeah, that's all I can say on that.
Great. Anything you'd like to touch on, Corey, on that?
No, again, freaking nicking my words, you little shit. Again, just massive congratulations. Shut up, you. Massive congratulations to yourself, Joe. Again, it's a shame we won't be able to see you next week, but all the best for when you do return in Abu Dhabi. How are you feeling ahead of that Abu Dhabi? Actually, that's be my final question.
I like the new layout a lot more than the old layout. Put it that way. Personally, I just prefer it. But then again, I haven't really done much racing on it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Be good to. I'm hoping Tom can win the championship next week, so then we can. There's been talk of an entire grid in an Xbox party for the race. If people were actually obliged to it, that would be absolute carnage at Abu Dhabi. But
I can't think of anything worse.
Yeah, looking forward to the final race of the season, and hopefully Saints do the goods next week.
Fingers crossed, and again, enjoy yourself for the football next week, and best of luck for Abu Dhabi the week after as well. Matt, another race week over and done with then. Next week we'll be heading to Qatar for our second visit there. We had a pretty good race there last season. We had SLR Liam fighting for the race win all the way to the line. Do you think we're going to get another stellar one again next week?
I'm hoping it's actually a bit of a shocker with the championship isn't won, just so I don't miss anything when I'm not there.
You're not there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm hoping it's a bit of a shocker, to be honest, Corey.
yeah, thanks, mate. All right, you go enjoy your bloody football, and I guess I'll enjoy myself here. So big thank you to everyone hopping in tonight, and if you want to join us for the rest of the weekend, Division 3 tomorrow, and we've got McEwen on Sunday where SLR Ham can win the Drivers' Championship, and we've got Division 2 again back next week for Qatar. Make sure to join us then. We'll see you for the rest of the weekend. Good night!